night. Happy Mother's Day. I decided to come on here. One of the things I'm trying to do is show up in the virtual space and intentionally teach. And as I'm getting things together, I'm basically showing up in the top two places. One is YouTube, where you can catch the replay. Facebook is now deleting the videos after 30 days, so you can catch the replay until it is no longer available. You can head over to my YouTube channel and make sure that you subscribe and get these gems that I'm going to drop. One of the things that I have been able to be in position to be for others is the ultimate barber coach. So, because I started my career in a very unique way, and then where I'm at is in a very unique position, I wanted to be able to teach from my own personal experiences, to share different nuggets, drop some jewels so it can help others, especially if you are a single mom, especially if you come from a single parent household. My household that I grew up in, I did not have any parents in that household besides my grandparent. All right, so I want to welcome you in. One of the things that I also realize is that in our private groups, is not allowing us to go live in our private groups. So that means that I must go live on my main page and then share in my private group. So um, if you would like to share, if you haven't joined my private group, the I Am Tiffany Empowerment Family, feel free to join. But yeah, I'm dropping gems this summer. I'm gonna drop them, so make sure you keep up, get what you need in order to grow. So I'm gonna share a little bit about my journey and what's the intent of this series right here. So a little bit about my journey. I started as a unlicensed 12-year-old braider, being raised by my grandmother. Um, my grandma allowed me to begin to tap. Well, I basically started tapping into my gift, my calling, and I've been getting paid, having the ability to know how to earn money, from using what's in my hands. So that's the unlicensed portion, okay? Being able to do that, everybody don't know how to do it, even though there's some that do. Hello. But I know it's a lot of people that need their license as well. So even at an early age, as I began growing, even when it was time for us to get our permits and driver's license and things like that, I always been a person that been big on getting your credentials, having your credentials. Some people don't think that it's a big deal, but it honestly is, because when you do not have your credentials, doors that you were about to walk into may be closed because you don't have the credentials that's necessary for the sake and the safety of whoever organization your work will be tied to. So this is why it's always good to stay ready, so you ain't got to get ready, okay? Thank you for the love. I also realized in my journey from going from an unlicensed 12-year-old braider, then getting my braider's license early 2000s. Um, I got my braider's license a few months after I had my, it's, it's, it's on the subject, after I had my oldest son. And from me getting my hair braider's license, then going into getting my OJT training for master hair care, just being able to level up, it was always about being in the right position. Being in the right position so you can literally win. Even if you don't know why you may need something, and that's what I found out. A lot of people don't even think futuristically, A lot of people don't even think futuristically. I actually am drunk. I'm drunk in the spirit, baby, because I went to service this morning. Amazing, amazing refresher from the Lord. So thanks for asking that question. And I don't drink. Um, so a little bit about the workshop and my agenda for today. when it comes from, to license to winning, license to win. Okay, some of you may be, hitting roadblocks because you do not have your license. You might have went to school, never went and got your state boards. You might have thought about it. You might have had kids. You might feel like you don't have no support, no village. I'm showing up. So even if I have to be your virtual village, I want you to know that you can do it. Okay. So in order to know that you can do a thing, you got to have a mindset shift to do it. You have to believe. Even the word that came today was talking about just having the faith to believe and then willing to do the work, not having dead works. Faith without works is dead. So not being obedient. One of the reasons why I'm able to just come on here, I'm not coming on here to show you like perfection. Okay, I'm coming on here to show you that it is basically possible to be able to put yourself in a place of literally allowing God to order your steps. I'm very much so a faith walker when it comes to the position that I'm in, because I would not be in this position if God did not order my steps, if I did not trust his plan for my life, and understand that as a single mother that has been married before, I've survived 2 divorces unapologetically. I wouldn't wish it on nobody, but I'm not apologizing about, my life experiences. And I knew that because of the choices I made and the responsibility that I had as a mother, I knew that I could not be stuck behind that chair. I needed to be able to make a greater impact and at the same time be present for my children who will not stay children, minor children, forever. So a lot of people like to do things on the side. A lot of people also look at braiding hair, barbering, and things like that. They being a beautician, they look at it as a side hustle, something that they do on the side. But in all actuality, you can put on your CEO hat. Okay, you can put on your CEO, and you could be a CEO. That's a chief executive operator. Okay, you officer. Okay, you could be a CEO, have a CEO mindset without having a lick of skills in barbering or beauty, right? So I want you to just also know that a mindset shift must take place when you are seeing yourself winning with the license, with the legal way. I don't know about any of you all, but if you come from a background where individuals, sold drugs, substance abuse, and different things like that, it's sometimes ingrained in you to just hustle, hustle and literally flow, get it how you live. But sometimes how we have been exposed to getting it is not the best way. It's not the right way, and God has a better way. So faith, finance, freedom, that's also a mindset too. So your faith, do you believe in what it is that you're doing? Because how are you going to sell a thing that you're doing if you don't believe in it? Do you believe in it? Finances, are you allowing your finances to limit your belief? One of the things that I realize is people that have a poverty mindset is always going to make excuses. But excuses is only for the one that makes them, okay? Your excuses is not going to get you out of the rut or the situation that you are in. And I'm so glad that I don't sit around. I never had it a sit around type mindset. I always had a go get it type mindset. Even as a young child, I always been willing to work for what it is I want, work towards what I want, and go get it. It doesn't matter how I got to do it. I'm going to get it. It's going to get done. And I'm at a place now. God has, taught me not to be ashamed or afraid, to ask. If you need things, ask. But guess what? If if someone says no, you got to know how to even take no as a opportunity to just mount up, mount up, take that, and continue to move forward to pursue your dreams. Don't allow it to discourage you, to stop you, to hinder you, or to make you even feel malice towards whoever told you no. because that's a mindset. You want to have a positive mindset, a freedom mindset. A freedom mindset, it goes to stating, I'm gonna get out of this regardless. If you help me, great. If you don't, I'm still coming out. I'm coming out with my hands up. That's why when you do the work, no one can take away the work you do. That's why it's always good to be able to put in that work. Do it yourself. Some things you're just gonna have to do yourself. Seek out the help, look for the help, listen to the help, invest in the, the help that you need, because it's nothing like doing the work. Okay, so identifying limited beliefs about license and legal steps. So some people be like, oh, I don't need no license. And according to certain states, you don't need license. But one of the things that don't discourage me about the deregulations that's going on in certain states, you still gonna have to know your stuff, just like the word of God say. Study to show yourself approval. Workmen need not to be ashamed of their hire. So when you study, when you get your license, when you do all the things that you need to do, even if a person is given the opportunity to do the exact same thing that you're doing, right? Guess what? When the culture was talking about when the culture was talking about in the news, they was talking about people not being licensed, not needing license, not needing to go to school. They was going to deregulate barbering. Some people was up in an uproar. Then you had the client say, no, I'm looking for the licensed professional. I don't want an unlicensed professional to get in my head. I would rather be a licensed professional that the state deregulated versus an unlicensed professional, unknowledgeable, not knowing how to handle hair and scalp issues, put myself in a situation to be a liability, get sued because you did not go to school, you don't have any knowledge, you don't have any wisdom of what to do because you never came under any type of teaching, okay? Any type of teaching to make sure that you do not jeopardize the public safety. That's one of the major key components of why historically we are where we are today, because of the sake of the public. So for them to be willing to deregulate, not require the amount of hours that is required, and even if you meet the requirement, you still don't know everything because it's an ongoing continuance of learning that you need to continue to learn. You're putting yourself at risk. And let me tell you, when people look at things as a money grab, they will always put you at risk because it's not going to be their name. It's not going to be their brand. It's not going to be their business. It's going to be you, you. And that's why you need to take you more serious, and you need to make sure that you study to show yourself approved. Yeah, get in that theory, get that hands-on training, go to school, get a mentor, get your license. Okay, get your license and change your mind about how you think about being licensed. And that's like saying, oh, I don't need a license to drive. Well, you do, because it's all good until you get pulled over and you don't have no credentials to show the officer. Now you're going to get a ticket or get arrested for being an unlicensed driver. It's just as simple as that. So this is now the blueprint, like the legal license group blueprint, the cost or the process of getting um licensed. So to get started, you know, to get started is basically $200 to get started. You can get started, start processing. The state requires that you have a legal citizenship, your ID, a state ID, birth certificate, social security card, proof of your education that you made it to the 10th grade, um, a TB test, proving that you don't have tuberculosis, common legal pitfalls and how to avoid them. So, common legal pitfalls. Having a business name that's already taken, that's one. You want to make sure that you don't have somebody else's business name. Other legal pitfalls is falling for illegitimate instructor, somebody that is impersonating an instructor and they're not actually licensed by the state to do it, and you done gave them your money. Money moves. Okay. So before I get into the money moves, okay, and business structure, also knowing how to set up your business as a LLC or a sole proprietor. When I first started, I was a sole proprietor. I had my business license as well. I have none of that stuff here with me right now. It's actually in my portfolio. And if you would like to see that, then feel free to request a one-on-one session. We can hop on a Zoom, and then I can go over some things, and if you feel like my mentorship is a mentorship that would work for you, if it's a good fit, then we can move forward in that as well. So before I go into the money moves, right? So again, like I was telling y'all, when I first started out, I started out as a unlicensed braider. And today, with it being Mother's Day, I actually have on the shirt that we made from my late grandmother. They ordered some shirts from her memorial, and I just wore it today after service as just honor and remembrance and appreciation of her. And one of the things that stood out to me when I was talking to another young lady is she was talking about how her mom would want her money from Braden. I was like, wow, my grandma never asked me for a dime of my money, you know. Learning how to earn money is one thing. Knowing how to save your money, knowing what to do with the money, reinvest in the money, that is a whole nother thing. I just wanted to say that. So money moves, earning like a pro, learning how to earn. The the earning potential is endless, okay? Some people have never seen checks over $500, but learning certain skills when it comes to braiding and barbering could put you in position to earn have $1,000 weeks. You know, if you want $1,000 week, then you need to get with somebody that can teach you $1,000 a week techniques, okay? Get with somebody that can teach you how to earn this. And yes, it's some professions that have $1,000 days, but you got to get started, okay? Learning how to package, price, and become profitable. You need to learn these things. These are things that are made available by just being connected to the right mentorship, enrolling in the right school. What coverage and compliance look like? So what does coverage and compliance look like? Compliance means just complying to what the state is asking of you. That's pretty much what that means. Okay. Brand that books. A lot of people know how to have amazing content, but what I found out in this content world is that's why a lot of people get scammed too, because they stealing people's stuff. It's not their authentic work. Okay, so some people want just authentic work, you know, showcase it, but you definitely want to make sure that your work is polished. You want to make sure your work is polished, and sometimes the cameras just don't do your work no justice. Um, so you want to have content that builds trust and it converts. What does convert mean? It turns it into money. Okay, what you put out can turn into currency. That's a part of business. All right, so let's do faith and legacy activation. Um, Blending purpose with your profession. So, do you feel like you're called to serve in the beauty industry, the beauty barber industry? Do you feel like it's a calling? For me, it's definitely a calling to serve. And I've answered even a higher calling to serve leaders in the same capacity. So not only do I serve individuals that's entry level, but I serve individuals that have been in the industry longer than myself, And it's still in my lane of profession, educating, teaching, training, mentoring, them on how to do it better, how to input better systems. So why legal equals legacy in this industry? How you gonna build something illegally? You're not gonna be able to do it. It's not gonna have any sustainability. So if you have your license, your legal license, then you can create and build a legacy. You know, God said, I'll make your name great. Even the brand, God gave me the name of the brand. My name mean the manifestation of God. Everything's connected to like what comes after me, you know. Let God work through me, and then what comes after me can live to tell it, you know. So faith and legacy activating. That's very important. That's what sets you apart also in the industry. Empowerment moment. Okay, so in this moment right here, I just want to let you know that you can. Repeat after me. You can. You can do it. Okay. I might sound like Bobby Boucher in this moment, but I just want to encourage you to believe that you can do it, and you may be the first in your family to do it. What I'm doing, no one has done. What I'm doing, no one has done. But I'm so glad that my children are able to see something that has never been done before in my family. So I pray that you can just believe that God is able to help you perform it, okay? All right, so if y'all have any questions, feel free to ask them. I'm definitely we're at the end of this workshop. A lot of stuff is just gonna be short and sweet. But if you got any questions, let me know. If you need to click the link in my bio, grab your freebie. Do that as well. And what I want you to take away from this workshop is that don't let nothing stop you, because you do need your license, you need your credentials if you plan to really go pro, you know, in this industry. Get your license. Also, shifting your mindset. Do not just think as a worker. Think as a CEO of your life. Think as take ownership of your life. What do you need to do to put yourself in position that would be better than where you at right now 5 years from now? And trust God. Okay. So if you also want to attend more workshops, even though this is kind of like an improv tool right here, let me know in the comment section. And then that way I will give you the link to my freebie, so that way you can be in the loop for the invite to more of these workshops. They'll be more intensive. I'm just kind of chilling today. It is Mother's Day, so I don't know who may need just some insight on how to go from unlicensed to licensed to win. Okay, because you've been thinking about it. It's in your heart to do it. You're just trying to figure out where and who you're going to do it with and how it's going to get done. So I just wanted to show up. I am Tiffany, empowering, impacting, and igniting individuals to do what it is God is calling them to do. And in this instance, it's barbers and stylists, braiders alike. Okay, I am your ultimate barber kingdom coach, and I am coaching new barbers, old barbers, cosmos. Listen, I'm coaching them into a winning, successful season to take back some of the things that the enemy has stole from them. So if that is you and you need what is being offered over here, then let's gather. Okay. I will catch y'all later. Be blessed. Thank you for tuning in. I'm going to let any and every troll stay in the comment section, because at this point, I'm trying to see what this YouTube is hitting on. So If y'all see some foolishness in the comment section, you can report it if you want to, but I'm gonna let them have fun because I'm trying to figure out how this engagement work over here as well. How you doing, Chris? Do you have any questions? As a barber, is it anything that you feel like you need and you have not been able to successfully achieve? How long have you been in the industry? Are you licensed? And where are you located? That's my question. How about that? Chris, let me know if you're gonna engage. If not, I'm gonna let everybody go. I thought you was probably a barber, but if not, maybe I'm thinking you're a barber because your name say barber. But I don't know. Sometimes Facebook don't even let you see the comments till you end the live. So this is all for now. Y'all, if y'all catch it on the replay, then hashtag replay. And I will see y'all around. Thank y'all for tuning in again. I am Tiffany, Empower Impact Ignite.